How you guys doing? I'm sort of having some difficulties here, technical difficulties. Um, oops, do that. Yes, and yes, and yes, and no, some, no, some, no, some. Sorry, guys. I will eventually get this figured all out. Uh, go back to here, here. All right. So, um, I'm new to Twitch. I came on here trying to figure out the new I don't know. I can't do this. Normally whenever I edit stuff, I do all this and I can cut it all out, but we're live. So yeah, I started a YouTube channel in June. I've got 46 subscribers, so I thank you very much for that. I just wanted to go on here for possibly an hour and try to talk about my channel, what stemmed behind me starting the channel, and we'll uh, we'll go over some computer stuff. I'm kind of waiting for people to come in. I'm hoping I got the word out, see if they're interested in coming in here, at least watching and seeing me live, make a fool of myself live. So yeah, CPP Tech. CPP stands for Clyde Patton Productions. It was my grandpa. We grew up kind of watching movies. He worked in the theater. We went to the theater a lot. So I was actually wanting to be a filmmaker. And last year, June, I got a wild hair up my rear end and decided I wanted to make a movie again. And we started filming, and I realized that I didn't have the stuff to do it with, and that brought me to that computer there. That's the midlife crisis, and then that's Gramps. I'll go over Gramps in a minute. But I waited a year, saved and saved and saved for a year to buy that, to build that midlife crisis, and I wanted everything I could do to do Premiere Pro again, After Effects, Blender, all that stuff. And throughout the whole year, I was actually watching YouTube videos to re educate myself on Premiere Pro because I used to run Premiere Pro on that thing. Believe it or not, yes, that's 11 years old. I'll get to that in a minute. Premiere has changed a lot since I used it last. So I spent the whole year looking at it, watching it, trying to relearn it, and I found that relearning a program without the program in front of you is a lot more difficult than it sounds. Uh, with that being said, I figured I like all this tech stuff. I big into computers anyway, always have been. Hey, let's start a YouTube channel. And there was philosophies behind that. One, let's have fun. I was trying to get the kids involved. You actually get my youngest. He did this build, and he actually did the retro build, and then we did the retro build upgrade. Uh, but to me, this is a great way for me to relearn Premiere Pro and all those other softwares that I want to learn. Uh, so we'll get into midlife crisis here. I don't have the specs completely 100% in front of me as far as what the processor was. I know it's an AMD Epsilon 2 4. It's got 4 cores, 4 threads. It's got 16 gigs of RAM in there. We upgraded it, so we put 16 gigs of RAM in there. It's an old BioStar motherboard. I believe I was wrong in my video on the retro build to begin with. It's actually, I think, DDR2. But I found a 1050 Ti before all these graphics cards went like way up here uh, for like $90. So we used that inside of here. We were trying to see if it would play Fortnite, and our biggest thing was Minecraft, Fortnite, and it actually does really, really well. Last Sunday I streamed. I actually played Rocket League on this and streamed it from that. So that computer's kind of been impressive to me for being 11 years old. But we kind of polished the turd, and it does pretty good. I will be honest, it's really good. But yeah, what I want to do is that's kind of the story of me in a nutshell. What I'm going to do is kind of go over some of these videos that I had made. If you were watching or if you watched, I don't know if it's audio, the audio was working on it or not. That video I was playing while I was trying to get all this stuff figured out or tuned in or whatnot, which I know you're supposed to do that, but once you go live, you're pretty much, well, oh crud, something's not working. We fix it on the fly. So, but that first video that you just saw, and like I said, I'm sorry there's no audio on there. It was for these fittings here. So you got 8 pin and 6 pin, and actually you can see the 24 pin. I'm sure you can't see it right now. 24 pin, 90-degree angles. But this is a 6 pin, and this is an 8 pin for the GPUs. When if you watch that video, it cleans up that cable management really well, and I really like how it looks, especially on the Midlife Crisis. Before I even did the vertical mount on that Fantex, it looked pretty sleek. I hate wires. I do not like wires. I'm not a fan of wires. So these things were really cool. I don't understand why people don't use those more often. They're I I spent a crap load of money on that PC, and then I turned around and I took Plasti Dip and I painted it. What was I thinking? I made a video on that as well. So if you haven't checked that one out, you want to cringe, go ahead and check that one too. But we're new. I'm trying to do this once a week, and hopefully I can gain some followers here and build it. I don't know. I think what I'm going to do right now is we're going to go into some computer stuff, and actually I'll go talk about my channel some more because I really want to go over some of these videos that we did, and I'll talk about them. So I'm going to actually scroll them all the way over here and get over here. Come on. Wrong panel. There we are. Okay. So this one here is actually my first stream from last week. But there's that Plexi Dip. I'm going to try to find the very first one that I ever did. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Go back. All right, sorry. I don't want to manage videos. Channel. Videos. Okay, here we are. All right, so this one here, that's my very, very first video when I bought the 2080 Ti. That's actually the second one that I posted. The first video I ever made, I got a copyright strike. And what was messed up about the copyright strike, and Premiere has to actually really do something about this because I was kind of aggravated. My very first video on YouTube, I get a copyright strike. And on Premiere Pro, it's got videos or audio clips that they say you can use, and it's not copyright material. And so I used it, and lo and behold, first video, copyright. So I actually had to go in there and redo the whole video. And it was originally called what was that? My wife. I owe my wife something. Anyway, it was kind of a funny thing. I took a loan out from my wife to buy this card or whatnot. It was $1,500. She actually did give me the money to buy it, and I paid her back for it because we weren't sure. The pandemic, was somewhat going in, and graphics cards and stuff wasn't getting. They were getting more scarce, and now they're even more scarce than ever. So, but I had to redo that. That was great, fine, dandy. But like that was the very first video, and mind you, I had to sit on these parts. I sat on these parts for a year. I mean, so I bought that one actually in April. That was the very last part that I had to actually buy to to um to complete that computer. Uh, Sitting here talking to you guys. Sorry. Uh, but yeah, this is what we get for live. Remember back in the 80s whenever they went live and stuff fell off the shelf during the commercial of it being live? So, yeah, that was the very last part that I actually had to buy for 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 the midlife crisis, and it took me almost almost pardon me, almost a year to save up. Now I'm gonna give you a little heads up. If the audio sounds kind of bad, my mixer is broke. I messed with that thing for 3 hours this morning, and now I got this headset on. That yeah. So just bear with me on all that. So anyway, the graphics card, like I said, was the last one. Then I got the 32-inch LG 1080. I needed a monitor. It was ultra wide. That that video actually was done really well. Uh, but that was my second one. I showed you how the unboxing and how to mount it. And if you watch a lot of my newer videos, or my older videos, you'll see you'll see that I had studs throughout the deal. I mean, we came down here in this basement. This room here was supposed to be the old movie theater room, or a new movie theater room, a movie theater room we were going to build, and it took some time to get to where we're at. So we're right here. We've got the nice paneling. It didn't cost much. Trying not to break the bank on that stuff. I've had a lot of comments on my tables, and they're cheap. All these monitors, they're all on the wall. I know it don't look like it. It looks like they're sitting on the desk, but they're all actually mounted to the wall. Every one of them. So yeah, I don't know. This table here was a kitchen table from my neighbor across the street that moved out, and he just wanted to get rid of it. And I saw it like, I'll take it. I can use it down there in the studio. And I got this one. I like this table. I don't know. They say it's cheap, but it's it's done its job. So I'm not particularly worried about all that. This table here, I know you can't see this, but if you saw, go and look at some of my videos. I call this the Falcon table, simply because uh, simply because Robot Genius just said morning. Let me get out of here. I'll give you a shout out. What is up? Robot Genius 1. Thank you. Good morning. It's 11:30. I've got technical difficulties already, but that's all right. That's where we're at, right? So, like I was saying, the tables, whatever, the Falcon table. I'm not going to get rid of the Falcon table. I've had this table since before I built the uh, the Gramps over here. Uh, but it's coming along. We got we got some stuff going, some stuff coming. It's Christmas time. Uh, I the last video I did was if you bought yourself a new computer and you wanted to record your gaming on it, a simple instruction OBS on how to quickly get in there, record your gameplay, and then upload it to your YouTube channel that you're wanting to start or whatnot, just to get you started, or even Facebook or whatever platform it is that you're wanting to watch or you're wanting to start up. Uh, I I've got a lot of support. Cool, Robot Genius. Listen on your way home. That's fine. I'm going to sit here and talk for a while, so I appreciate you coming on here. Guess you were at work, huh? But yeah, it's coming along. I wanted to come on here, give you guys an opportunity to come talk to me. I know you guys do the chats, but this is the only way I can go live, and I'm trying to build this one up until I, you know, get to the point where I can go live on Facebook or not Facebook. I can do that too. On YouTube, but when I hit that mark, I'll end up going live on both platforms at the same time. Uh, just because I kind of like this Twitch. I'm sitting here talking. Oh, sorry guys. Uh, talking to you guys about all this stuff. Um, my other videos, there's a couple that stand out that was pretty cool. Obviously, we got the midlife crisis. If you actually watch that video, it's like 7 minutes, and you can see where my dramatic editing. I mean, I'm an editor by nature, by default. I've always edited. I loved editing. Uh, to me, that's where the story is getting told. So, but that one, I had a guy tell me when you watch that video, you made it sound like the whole world depended on that computer. If it didn't get done, the planet was going to be wiped off the whole universe. And I thought that was a compliment to me, just for the fact that I'm an editor or what have you. And I've done short films back in the old days with that old rig, and that to me was a compliment. But uh, some of these videos I did, they were just videos that I needed content for to start the channel and get videos rolling. And I started to get more and more geared towards computer stuff was what I wanted to do. So yeah, first 15, 20 videos were unboxing cameras, and some of them just did real well, some didn't. My best video to date right now is the Fantex vertical mount. That one there's got like 1,600 views, something like that. Um, I'll tell you in a second. It's got, as of right now, that Fantex has 1,506 views. One dislike. I don't understand the dislikes. I mean, if you don't like something, either just move on or tell me what you didn't like about it, and we'll discuss it. And I had a guy. I actually had a guy the other day. He was really cool. Um, I did a parts list probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago for Christmas, and this guy here, I thought it was cool. Um, the Ryzen fan guy, he's like, oh, I bet you could get better parts, this, that, and the other, and whatnot. And I'm like, well, look, for one, I made that parts list a few weeks ago. The 3060 Ti wasn't out yet. Nor can you really get that one or the 5600, AMD processor right now. But he messaged me. I rather you message me because when I responded to him with the 38 or the 3060 Ti not being available and whatnot, he's like, and I made that video, a few weeks ago. He's like, oh yeah, that card didn't come out until like a day or two ago. It's like, oh yeah, I mean that's fine, cool. And we had a nice little chat. And instead of him just pushing dislike, I'm going on a rant on the dislike stuff. I shouldn't. I'm not quite understanding all that stuff, but um, yeah, I think my audio is good. My bar is still going. So did you maybe go into a dip and it had to rebuffer or reconnect? That might be the case. I'm just gonna call you Robot Genius One. I know your real name, but we'll just go with Robot Genius One right now, unless you want me to throw out. I can throw out your first name. No big deal, but um, I won't, just for the fact that we'll keep you anonymous unless you decide you wanna be called Mr. D, Mr. DB. So thank you for watching, man. I appreciate it. Uh, cool dude. Anyway, so that video there, that Fantex mount, I thought that was pretty cool. It's gotten that many views. We did. What else did we do? We did. Well, we talked about the plastic dip. The plastic dip. That, yeah, I don't know what come over me on that one. You know. I did it while I started YouTube, and that's kind of what we're doing here. I'll be honest. So when we did the Gramps computer here, if you look, you can probably see the RGB on the RAM. There's actually a video where I bought these heat sinks for this old RAM, uh, and they weren't fairly expensive. They were actually fairly cheap. And that Robot Genius One, he actually pointed out that they look like the Triton Z RAM. So, I didn't really notice that until he pointed that out. Uh, so, thank you for that. So, Robot Genius One, any future build videos or retro saves? Um, I'm waiting for after Christmas. I plan on doing my wife's computers first. I promised her that before anybody else's gets done, uh, hers will be done first. Uh, my problem right now is CPUs and GPUs are scarce, and I'm not gonna go out and spend, $800 on a 2060. I'm kind of gonna wait for the new year and hopefully the 3060, because he's gonna get a 3060, and the Z390 motherboard that you see in some of these videos. Sorry, wedgie, funny stuff. Uh, I've got an i7 9700K with that Z390 that she's gonna get, and then I'm gonna do a 3060 in hers, and I'm going to use Corsair IEO. It's it's the new. Oh, let's go take a look here, shall we? Uh, give me my mouse. Give me my mouse. Da, 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 da. I didn't want that. Do a Google search on Corsair cases. I want to get that right before I fumble it up. The ICU E220. But I'm gonna get her I'm gonna get her the white one. I think it's that one. Well, kinda, kinda, sorta, not really. Anyway, I've got her build in mind. She's gonna get that one first, and then I'll probably put some Corsair 3200 megahertz RAM in there because it's Intel, and you know they're not really gonna make that big of a difference on that. I'm buying some computer parts for my older boy, and once we get his completely bought, we're gonna do a video on that one. And then once the wife's is done, I'm gonna get RJ's and Marcus's done as well. So we're just kind of waiting for the beginning of the year, unless Nvidia and AMD and Intel want to start sending me parts, MSI, you know, ASRock, Thermaltake, EVGA, they want to start sending me some parts, I'll start building. Otherwise, we have to buy this stuff on our own. So it's just small, little, time consuming. Retro builds, I don't know if I'm going to do another retro build. I am actually probably. I've got an old HP laptop sitting over there. I'm not going to update the processor. It's got an AMD. I forgot what processor it was, but it only has 4 gigs of RAM in there, and the hard drive, the second hard drive, has got a mechanical drive in there. I'm gonna actually put 16 gigs of RAM in that thing and put an SSD in there, a 500 gig SSD, and I'm gonna probably use that one for around the studio here, just for looking up some stuff real quick or having something on the side. I know you can't see it, but I've got the retro build actually pulled up Twitch on this side over here on another panel, so I can see who's messaging me and whatnot. I don't know who else is watching. I got Robot Genius going, but I can't see. Oh, I got 3 people watching, 2 people watching. So I appreciate it very much so. Anyway, you guys got any more questions for me? It's 11:42. I plan on staying on here for an hour, so if not, I'll just keep on talking. We can have dead air because I'm not talking. uh, so yeah, as far as the retro builds are concerned, I don't know if I'm going to do many more of those. It just depends. Um, we put about $250 into Gramps here, and Gramps was more sentimental for me than just you know getting getting parts and putting it together. Just because it was the last computer I built and was able to do video editing on, and I revived it. It's got a 340 gig hard drive, mechanical drive, plus a 250 gig SSD in there. And I think what I'm going to do is actually take out the mechanical drive, add another 500 gig SSD. The Western Digital Blues, they're like $50 for a 500 gig, I believe. So I'm going to probably put that into that one and go from there. As far as those, going back to the other PCs, I talked about my wife and the kids. Well, between the wife and the kids, what I'm probably going to do is I've got security cameras upstairs outside that are on PoE, which is Power over Ethernet. And I'm actually going to build a small form factor PC, probably use the 3200G. It's got onboard graphics on there. Put 16 gigs of RAM in there, which I probably only need 8, and then 500 gig SSD, and I'm going to use that to just record all of our security stuff that's outside and stuff. We're starting to get people at the trailer park down the road coming over here and deciding that their stuff isn't as good as our stuff, so they want our stuff, and yeah. But uh, I, I'm enjoying this. I kind of like this. We get some more people on here watching and interacting. I think it'll be even more fun. Um, so I'm gonna actually, I'm recording this on OBS as well. So after we get done with this live feed, I'm actually gonna post it over at CPP Tech on YouTube. So if you're watching this video later on Twitch, go ahead and go over there to YouTube and check me out over there as well. So I'm glad I got 3 followers, one or three watches, but one's me. So uh, I got one more person watching, which is awesome. That's 2 more than I thought I would get today. So I'm happy. So I thank you very much. Yes, those are my videos on the screen. All those are my videos on the screen. There's 30 or 29 or 30 of them. So yeah, there's my channel. Yes. So those are all my videos. 6 months worth. So uh oh yeah, I did there's one that's playing right now. So I got that GoPro. I'll go over some of that stuff with you guys. Let's why don't we go ahead and do that. So I got the GoPro. It was funny because I was using my phone to start out with video. And then I got the Tascam to do my audio, but I was having a hard time with that, just trying to relearn a whole bunch of stuff. And with that being said, I got the GoPro and I started using the GoPro for the video, and uh, that was cool, but it started to overheat. So I'm like, and then I actually did a video right before we went to Vegas on this $100-something vlogging camera or whatnot, and it's done me good. I've done a few videos on there, but I've looked back at some of them and they look grainy. It's supposed to be 1080. It looked grainy, and I asked my buddy Will up in Canada. He's at the Wong Reviewer. If you want to check him out, he actually did a video with me, and I used the GoPro on the Elgato versus the $12 capture card. So he's got an Elgato capture card, and I got this $12 one from Amazon. And I've actually got 2 of them, and I actually use it a lot. So, but I talked to him about that one, and he said, yeah, it looks grainy. If you get a smaller screen, it don't look as grainy, but when you watch it on a bigger screen and TV, it looks grainy. I'm like, all right, well, if you watch these videos, and some of them refer to Vegas, have audio issues. Um, okay, let's take a look. Okay, so it's gonna get double feed here. Give me a second. All right. Do we lose audio? No, I got audio. Um, can you hear me now? Kind of a cliche with the whole Sprint thing. I'm gonna call you DB, Robot Genius. You hear anything? No? Yes? Huh. Well, my feed it looks good. Da, 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 da. all these screens all attached to each other. Can't find the mouse. Okay, I think the reason by that is all right. That's why that's that way. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Sounds good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Uh, anyway, sorry, technical difficulties there. I'm calling him DB right now. That's Robot Genius. I'm gonna just refer to him as DB right now. So, where was I at? Will Wong with the Wong Reviewery, the video capture cards. He helped me out with one of those videos using that, and he actually got. I actually asked him about this camera here or whatnot, and he said it was grainy anyway. I think I talked about that. So if you saw some of these videos, we went to Vegas back in September, and the very last day I was there, I lost my freaking phone in a casino somewhere, and it's gone. I can see where it's at. It's even sitting at a hotel that we didn't even stay at. So I had to come home, and I got the iPhone 11. This is how much my luck is. I got the iPhone 11, and then 2 weeks later, the iPhone 12 comes out. I was like, what have you. So like right now, I'm actually doing all this on my iPhone. So the iPhone is videoing all this. I've done the last couple videos with the iPhone, so I think what I'm going to do is actually go back to the iPhone for right now until I can get me a DSLR. If possible, after Christmas, I'm going to find something that's at least usable. It's nice to see that I have the option with the iPhone, so if I need a second or third camera, and I can use this, for some stuff, but I think for some of those B-rolls, this looks really horrible, and I didn't really notice that until after the fact. And that's partially the reason why I got this big TV sitting up here. On Premiere Pro, you can actually take your view or your uh I'm sorry, drawing a blank. The thing that you look at whenever you're editing the videos up and you look at it and you play it back and the windows is really small and you can actually put it up on that big TV and I can see it and look to see what it looks like and all that stuff. So drawing a brain fart here. Sorry. Uh but that's the purpose behind that. Um the the other gear that I have, and I talked about this Tascam. I think I've got this one figured out. Uh, it's to record separate audio, and it does have XLR. And like I said, my mixer, I think my mixer's bad because ever since I've gotten that, I've had nothing but problems beyond problems with that thing. And I actually found another one that's USB. It's like $109. I think I'm gonna break down and actually get that one here shortly. Maybe right after Christmas or whatnot. Uh, but my my equipment that I'm using, I know it looks like I got a whole bunch. And what's funny is, so I know you can't see this one here too much, but this one here in the vertical screen. I actually got those off of Buy Sell Trade right down the road from my house. The guy does they the company goes into all these offices that are closing down and they grab all this equipment. They were $30 a piece. Yes, they're 1080, but they got an HDMI and a display port. They're Dell monitors, but I mean honestly, they're great. This one here that I'm actually looking on right now that OBS is running on, that one's gonna be Mel, so I'm on the hunt for another one I think. But I got deals on those two, and then the Samsung 49-inch ultra wide. Well, that's another story for another time. So, but I don't know. We're kicking it off pretty good here. Uh, I know it hasn't been too bad. Uh, I don't know if people are really interested in how to use OBS. That last video I made for OBS, it was kind of help out Will over there at Will, the Wong reviewer. He wasn't sure about it, and him and he's already hit 1,000 subscribers, and him and I have talked about uh, going live with each other or whatnot, but he's not too sure on how OBS works and all this stuff. So he's in Canada and I'm down here in the States, and I figured if I can start off doing a couple small short-term videos for him to learn and everybody else to learn as well, he'll start to get the hang of it, and then him and I can go into other stuff. When we did the capture card comparison, we recorded all that on Zoom. So uh and that's a way to do some things, but to stream live on YouTube you need OBS or another kind of platform to do so. But trying to think more and more what I need to discuss with you guys. This has been fun. I appreciate you guys watching. Uh, Even if you're not watching live right now, I still appreciate you guys watching later. And I will post this up. I will post still on screen capture with you in. What? Yeah, I'm still going. Still on screen capture with you in. Can you explain Robot Genius? We would like an explanation on that. Still on screen capture with you in. I hope so. I'm meant to be down here and that's supposed to be up there. I'm not understanding. I'm sorry. I'll talk some more, wait for your response, and we'll go back to that. But yes, the iPhone camera is a good camera. It is an excellent camera. I'm not going to deny that. So I've got, what do I have? I have a couch over there. But we're redoing this whole studio on the other side of that camera, and I don't know if you can see it through the reflection in the big TV, but it's a complete horror show back there. So we're getting her done. I'm trying to get some stuff up to where I've got, this is my main studio where I do the videos. The Falcon table doubles as this and a build table. So whatever kind of unboxing or builds we do, we'll do on the Falcon table. And the reason it's called the Falcon table is because it's got a Millennium Falcon on it. But the couch over there, it's got a green screen behind the couch over there. And I gotta get all that stuff cleaned up. And I thought about maybe doing, you know, some videos on that couch or whatnot. And then over here, I still have another TV to mount over here for the monitor. And then I got a green screen right behind the camera as well, so we can do some more green screen work. But I'll let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna probably head out now. It's almost noon. Dogs need to probably go out. Well, thank you for saying that, Robot Genius. My one or two people watching, I'm doing it for you. until there's more watching. Then I'm doing it for all of you. But I'm gonna probably head out of here. I might try to do this at 11 o'clock every Sunday morning, simply because it's an hour in the morning, and then you guys can, go watch football at noon. If you guys decide, you know, if you want to go a little bit earlier than that, I can probably go at 10 to 11, and then that way it gives you an hour to get ready for football, and it's not all the time. But um, with that being said, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. I'm going to throw this up on YouTube, so if you're not subscribed to YouTube, go over there and take a look at CPP Tech. Subscribe so you can watch this full video over on YouTube as well, and then we'll catch you again next week. If you have any questions for me, throughout the week, cpptech2020@yahoo.com, my email. So I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Be kind to each other, and we will probably see you on the flip side of tomorrow next week. See you guys. Bye.